I'm checking out a new line here, another right away just off the highway. You can see the highway down there. But I was trying to make it up this big hill, and it's a big hill, incredibly steep, and I couldn't quite make it with the sled. So now I have to, I don't know if you can tell this grade right here, but it's extremely steep. Anyway, so I'm going to have to carry everything up by hand, which is fine. But a super cool thing that I found near the bottom of the hill is a grizzly bear skull. Got the top jaw and bottom jaw, a couple bones. So I'm going to take this into the Fish and Game office, and because I don't think I'm allowed to keep this legally. And as you know, I try to follow the law as best that I can. Another little weasel. Random, what appears to be a 1961 Chevy Bel Air out here in the middle of nowhere. That's where I had the Wolverine the other day, and nothing today. No Wolverines. Set checking traps and came up on some massive wolf tracks. There's quite a few messing around the area. I've got a crate set for a Wolverine there. They didn't go near that, but they walked right by my marten set there. They walked right by it. These are the first fresh wolf tracks I've seen since I got here. God, that thing is huge. Big wolf. So back the way I came, about 100 yards back, I have a wolf trap. Was untouched, but I do have another one up there about 200 yards. So alright, so there's a pond right over there where I saw some lynx tracks a while back, so I made a few lynx sets in here. I have on this trail here I have a snare, and on this trail here I have a snare, and the wolves walked up to there and then turned. That snare might be a little small for them anyways. And then one wolf walked this way. And I have, on this trail, I have a blind trail set. I have a trap right there. So, if you went that way. I have a trap right there. He was working my set all over. MB752. Alright, I ended up resetting that one wolf trap and then added 2 more nearby and 3 snares. So we'll let them set for 3 or 4 days. Checking this line now, it's all lynx traps. A couple marten sets in here. Got a cubby set right over there. And then a little marten box up there. And it looks like the trap is sprung. That is a nice weasel. Alright, good. Had this kind of natural cubby here for a wolverine set. Put a 330 conbear inside and a bunch of meat scraps up in there. And we got a weasel. We got a little tiny ermine and a giant 330 conbear. That's the first for me. Alright, I'm out rebaiting some of my marten boxes that have been getting raided by squirrels and weasels. Every once in a while I catch them, but they're pretty small for these 160s and they can zip right by. So rather than unwiring the trap and moving it and all that, what I do is I just come up and I grab the top of the trap, pop the trigger, and then stick my arm in there to bait it, and then just reset that dog on the trigger. Pretty safe and quick. You don't have to worry with the safeties and all that. And then right up here, in this lynx pen, we got not one, but 2 gray jays. Muskrat carcass is still there. There's some a little bit of that lynx in there I threw in there. So there's not a lot of rules governing trapping in Alaska, which is one of the reasons I want to come up here. But one rule is, well, you're not supposed to kill gray jays. If you catch one in your trap as an incidental, like I just did, you are not allowed to use them as bait. So I can't take these birds out and throw them in the middle of my lynx pen. I have to dispose of them elsewhere. Weird rule, but I'm going to follow it. Alright, I put out another a 4th line from camp. It's just real short. It's only about 8 sets. I'm going to go check those now. I put them out 4 days ago. Not super optimistic. The only sign I saw back there was some fox tracks, but I'm bringing the saw because there's some firewood back there. First set, just a wolverine milk crate. Okay, so I have a set right there, but I also put a snare right there, and I don't see the snare. Holy shit, we got something. No way. No freaking way. We got us a nice big, God, that's a big lynx. My first lynx ever. And how far, you saw how far it went from camp, maybe 200 yards from camp. This is freaking awesome. Look at that thing. Alright, so this tells me I need to put out more snares. I have very few. I have like, I don't know, maybe 4 lynx snares set total, other than the ones in the lynx pens. But alright, this is awesome. Okay, so just looking at this big old giant lynx here, and I see that it has a collar on it, and you're like, oh my god, you just killed somebody's pet. No, there's several lynx in this area that are collared, and just the other day I was in the Tetlin National Refuge office, And there was a woman who came out when she heard I was trapping this area. She's like, hey, if you catch a lynx with a collar, I mean, it's no problem. It's completely legal to catch and kill collared animals. But she just asked that I return the collar. So I will definitely do that. All right, good day. All right, just caught that lynx. Check the rest of the line. The other remaining few traps, nothing else. It's one of my marked boxes here. But this is a good area for that I found for firewood. There's some dead spruce laying on the ground and a bunch of dead some big I guess they're cottonwood, some type of they're in the poplar family, but not really an aspen. I found that it doesn't burn quite as good, maybe as the spruce, not as hot, but also not as fast. It lasts longer. And I've been going through quite a bit of wood, and the temperatures are going to drop here. And now I'll be running 2 stoves in the skinning shed, so I'm going through a lot of wood, so I need to restock. All right, here in the first shed, threw that lynx in a bag and then sprayed it with some flea and tick and lice killer, just in case. And then I hung them up and sprayed them down again. Got a few weasels and muskrats that are frozen, trying to thaw those out. This guy is not completely frozen solid, but needs to warm up a little bit before I can skin him out. And I'll be trying some lynx backstrap for dinner. Alright, just finished skinning this big female lynx. And again, like the wolverine, I'm going to keep this one, so I kept the paws and claws. Man, these things have huge paws, just massive. And again, I'm not sure on the size, but this appears to be a rather large lynx. And the good thing is I've got some bait, because as all lynx trappers know, the best bait for lynx is lynx. They're very cannibalistic. But these backstraps, those are for me. I'm going to try those out here in a minute. I'm going to cook up some dinner. Pretty impressive teeth on that skull right there too. But I'm cooking up that lynx backstrap right now. I didn't video the fleshing or stretching of that lynx, but it was incredibly fat, like a big fat raccoon. But it came off really easily. It was very easy to flesh out. And as far as stretching, I just use a wire coyote stretcher and pack the feet with some borax to help those dry out. So I'm just frying this up in some butter with some seasoned salt and black pepper. We'll see how it tastes. One thing that I read about lynx is they carry trichinosis, like pigs and bears, so you don't want to eat it raw. You want to cook it well done. Alright, I have completely stuffed myself with this lynx. I don't even know if I can eat these last couple pieces. But the verdict, it's pretty good. I would say it reminded me of eating a pork chop. It had that kind of flavor, that consistency, even the color of the meat, you know, the other white meat. Absolutely no gamey taste at all. I would recommend. I would say 4.5 out of 5 stars. I need to get a garage door opener. Got a storm blowing in. Supposed to get another 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight. And then temps dropping down below 0. The storm has arrived. about 8:30 p.m. I've already gotten about 4 inches of snow. I had to move my truck out by the road about a quarter mile away just so I didn't get stuck back here, which is going to be inconvenient. It was nice having my truck right near the tent. But we'll see what the rest of the night brings. Alright, it's 5 a.m. and the wind has been really whipping all night. Have not slept very well, but at least the tent appears to be holding up. Fire was completely out. It's a little chilly in here. Got ice all on the wall here. And this snow here is blowing in from outside. It's kind of a cheap tent. There's like a 4-inch gap along the bottom. That's why I got a little sheet of plywood there, and I stack up on the wood right there to try to block the air. And it works pretty well most of the time, but with this wind, it's just been, I've been feeling the breeze in the tent. So not really the most pleasant evening for me. Alright, we'll do the big reveal from last night's 15-hour storm. Too bad, just some drifting. Yeah, I had my truck parked here, and it looks like there's about 10-inch drifts here, so it's a good thing I moved it out to the road. It's only a quarter mile away or so. All right, sun's up, getting kind of a late start, but I fear my traps will be buried. Alright, I was checking my traps after that big snowstorm last night, windstorm. A lot of them are probably going to be snowed in. I got a lynx cubby right in there, and I've got a marten box up there, and it looks like there's a marten, and he's still alive, somehow caught in a 160. So I'm going to dispatch this guy. Must be hip caught. No, he's not hip caught. He's caught right around the neck, the chest. He must have just got caught. Yeah, so that marten right there. Here's his tracks. These are just like super fresh. So he had just gotten caught 5 minutes before I got there. It was a good catch around the neck and the chest. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but we took care of him as quickly as we could. Alright, got another lynx cubby set up under the tree. I should have made more sets like this with the overhead cover to protect it from the onslaught of snow and wind. But anyways, I got a box up here, marten box. Ooh, look at this. Got us another smaller marten. Probably a female. But alright. Alright, coming up on my last lynx pen on this line. I've still got a couple marten boxes and I think one more cubby set. But looking at this lynx pen here, and it looks like there's something stuck in my 330 conibear. Something's pretty big. It's anybody's guess what it could be. Probably not a weasel. Boy, that's some dark fur right there. Hung up the lynx leg in there. Are you kidding me? Are Are you freaking kidding me? We got another Wolverine. I don't think he's quite as big as the last one, but it's a good size adult. Nice crown there. All right. This is awesome. So I had a foothold over there, and then a foothold over there. All right. Good day on the trap line so far. All right, extremely steep hill right up here. I made it up once before with a sled, towing the sled behind my snowmobile, and but it was nearly empty. Today I've got more weight in there, including a 40-pound Wolverine, so couldn't quite make it. Luckily I brought some rope, so I'm going to try towing it up there. Piece of cake.